and welcome to the Women Conquer Business Show. I'm Jen McFarland, joined by Shelley Carney. We're your go-to small business marketing show, covering breaking marketing news that affects you, cool apps we found, and a how-to deep dive into a marketing topic with a side of motivation and inspiration. We'll also talk a little about our own entrepreneurial journeys as well. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Hello and welcome to Women Conquer Business. This is our end of year show. I'm Shelley Carney. Jen McFarland is unable to be here today, but she'll be back next week. The goal of this episode is to celebrate the past year of the Women Conquer Business show and give viewers a glimpse of what's to come. Let's start off with the mission of Women Conquer Business. We believe small businesses deserve the same advantages as big corporations. We work to contribute to a more equitable and interconnected world when we show you how to find and leverage the right tech solutions and create systems and processes that bring your operation into harmony. Women Conquer Business is a safe space for women and non-binary entrepreneurs and business owners to get help with anything that's holding them back. We encourage people with great ideas to reach their full potential. We are the calm, confident, honest resource for serious business owners looking to grow their endeavors. Let's puzzle out the problems together, create systems that work for your unique needs, and find the tools you need to expand your brand and business. We are Jen McFarland and Shelley Carney. Our kind, approachable, and fun small business marketing show covers marketing news you need to know, can't miss apps, and a deep dive into a marketing topic designed to motivate and inspire you to take action that leads to successfully growing your business. Let's start our show today with our top 8 best and most popular shows of 2022. This year, Jen and I explored many themes and topics to help you stay on top of the latest trends with the best tools. I went over the analytics for the podcast and our YouTube channels to determine the top 8 shows for 2022 according to the number of downloads and watch time. These videos and podcast episodes are still out there, so if you haven't watched them yet, I recommend you find them and enjoy. Let's look at some of our most popular shows of 2022.
Hello and welcome to Women Conquer Business. My name is Jen McFarland. I'm joined by Shelley Carney. And this week we are talking about something that you would think I would have a different reaction to because you know how much I love apps. We're going to talk about whether or not productivity apps actually help you or not. And my answer to that question may surprise you. Today, we are going to talk about how to get more comfortable on camera. This is a question that I get all the time because I'm on a camera a fair amount. And I think it's really important to kind of talk through some of these things because this is a big part of content marketing. It's a big part of getting your message out and really talking to people. If you're doing events, attending conferences, or want to build your brand in video content, part of it is you have to be able to engage with the camera and be engaging. So, but that all starts with comfort. This week's episode is Create a Successful Blog for Your Business. If you think it's 2022, I really don't need a blog. We're going to talk about why you actually do. And so it's important to remember that when creating content for your business, you have so many choices: podcasting, videos, email marketing. It's easy to forget about blogs. My friend Bridget said blogs aren't sexy. I disagree. I think they're very sexy. So we'll talk about how to create a successful blog for your business, including finding the right blog service or hosting it on your own website, how to find topics that appeal to your customers, and the essentials you need to include in each blog post.
That's right.
This week, we're going to talk about skyscraper pages. These are powerful authority building content that you can have to help your small business. Last week, we talked about topic clusters. If everybody remembers the whole chocolate cake example, It's making lists of topics or content themes based on your expertise. It's nice, and it's good to have a list, but what do you do with it? So this week we're going to talk about skyscraper pages. They're sometimes called pillar posts or 10x content. They have a whole lot of different names for it. And we're going to talk about this technique and think of it as the center of that topic cluster. So if we're thinking about like the ultimate guide to chocolate cake, and then how you break it all down so you can really stand in your expertise. So what I wrote is think of this as the ultimate guide to ultimate guides. Today we're going to talk about how to expand your reach on social media with effective engagement. This is what we all want, right? Ta-da!
To reach people.
To reach people. How do you increase your engagement and reach on social media in 2022? The landscape is changing. How we communicate on social media is changing. And every entrepreneur and small business owner needs a strategy for using social media effectively to increase their visibility and credibility. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Today, we are talking about launching a new product or service and the most important questions you need to ask. I have a top four, and it's how I started every major project for multi-million dollar corporations and then also win my work with marketing clients. So, as business owners, we love to chase our ideas. What's better than attracting our customers with a new offering? But have you asked all of the important questions you need to consider before going all in? Most of the time, the answer is no. During this episode, we'll uncover the four key questions you must ask before you start something new. Why? Because it takes too much time to launch and market your ideas. So you want to get it right the first time. Today, we're going to talk about delegation. And part of the reason for that, as I've mentioned before, is I have an executive assistant now. She's awesome. And it made my vacation way better and more enjoyable. So today we're going to talk about the first five things you must stop doing. Now, it depends on what you like to do, what you do professionally. There's so many like must seems very harsh, even though I wrote that headline. So delegating takes practice, but the benefits to your business are huge. It allows you to grow your business without having to do everything yourself and allows you to focus on the more important tasks like making money.
Yeah.
So during this episode, we'll talk about the first five things that you really need to consider delegating, including how to identify what will make the biggest impact on your business. We're going to talk about how to write persuasive copy without feeling icky. Writing persuasive copy is one of the most important skills you can have in business. It allows you to influence people, guide them, and get them to take action. However, it can be difficult to master, especially when you get all the feels. I get all the feels sometimes. When you get all the feels and want to run and take a hot shower after you write something, which is kind of icky, right? So, this week we're going to talk about all the best ways to write persuasive copy without feeling icky. We'll help you write some better, more persuasive copy to create some powerful newsletters, maybe for your email marketing, maybe some social media posts that are more engaging.
Next up is quips and quotes. Jen McFarland and I are experts in content marketing and growing a small business. Every episode we produce contains great tips and tools for entrepreneurs. We've gathered 10 of our best quotes from 2022 to share and demonstrate the hearty goodness we provide with our personal experiences and stories. These stories represent our support of small business owners who are very much like us. Let's look at some of our best quips and quotes from 2022. While we're talking about learning stuff, that is the huge, big, giant reason that I decided, you know what, I need to be on this podcast with Jen because if nothing else, I'm going to learn a ton of stuff. And I am. I'm learning all kinds of stuff. I mean, from the get-go. Every time I talk with Jen, it doesn't matter if it's on the phone or if it's during a show, I learn something that I can use. So it's pretty awesome.
Could do this if your area of expertise was marketing. So, say your central point is email marketing. You don't do like 10 posts about what is email marketing because they start to cancel each other out after a while. You would do maybe, how to get higher engagement. Which email marketing platforms do I want to use? How do I write an engaging newsletter headline? Right? So, you're talking about all these different elements that are related to your centrally focused hub or your big topic, but they're a little bit different. If you have tools and they're working, are there ways that you can use features that maybe you haven't used before? Why
Mhm.
would you pay for something else or add
Yeah, but
another
if you're happy
tool?
with, if you're familiar with a product and you like it, use it. Use it the full
Yeah,
extent, right?
exactly. Understand that, looking good and sounding good is also an evolution. And in the beginning, it might be, you know, wearing clothes. I mean, do you know if there are certain clothes that work better on video?
Well, sometimes stripy things like this can give off a weird pattern, so you just kinda have to look at yourself on camera and say, "Does this give off a moire pattern?" Is what it's called when it kind of goes woo woo, wavy looking, because it's stripy for some reason. It'll do that sometimes. Other than
Yeah,
that, you just wanna make sure that you're happy with the way you look, then you're gonna feel more confident, right? Um,
yeah,
the best way to look good is to have good lighting. So start with your good lighting that lights you well and evenly and gives you an that well lit happy glow. Yeah, and then do the best you can with your hair and makeup to look natural but nice because these are going to be out
yeah,
there for a really long time. You don't want to go back and look at it and go, oh my God, I'm so ugly, and take it off because the content is important. So you want to
yeah.
make sure that you are, modest looking, professional looking, and that you carry yourself well and that you exude confidence. That's what's going to attract people. As for your voice, try to be as relaxed as possible. And that's what I do. And I get a lot of compliments on my voice. But that's
I know. I feel like, like you listen to me and it's like, a meat cleaver, and then we have this sultry voice on the
see,
other side.
that's what you
You
don't want to do. Don't put yourself down.
How are you communicating and bearing in mind that this is what Google looks for, but it also is what is really helpful for you as an entrepreneur in terms of how you communicate and how you bring yourself forward. So Google is really interested in the expertise of the creator, meaning you as the business owner. So how good are the resources that you're providing? What is it that you know? What are the other things that you're talking about in the ecosystem of your expertise? That helps you rank better. It helps people find you for a certain expertise. Then we have the authoritativeness of the content. So it's not just you as the person, it's also what it is that you're saying and how you're putting that out into the world. Are you linking to other people? Are people responding and reading the content that you create? And then the third aspect is the trustworthiness of your website. Has it been around for a while? You can also buy up multiple years of your domain name. So you can, like, I do this where you prepay like 5 years out, and it just shows that you are serious about your website. It helps Google understand that you're not a fly by night web scraper, just putting stuff up, that you actually have the intention of keeping your business around for a while. So expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness is called EAT. And that's what Google's looking for. And like Cynthia says, that's what service providers do, solve problems. And I think that that is fundamentally true and also something that a lot of people forget. That's what we're doing all the time. So it's okay to also be solving some problems in your content. You're not giving too much away because a lot of times people are never going to do it themselves. They're not, but
That's
they
right.
want to hear whether or not you can help them with that, and then they're more likely to engage with you. So don't be afraid to go into that, problem solution results delta, as Shelley calls it, where you're talking about those things, because when you start grouping your content together based on expertise, you're in a really good place. And it's the same thing on social media. So the people who like to just slide into DMs and make the sale, that's a big turnoff. It doesn't mean that you don't do that. There is such a thing as social selling. It means that you don't just come out of the gate with it. And that's the difference. There's a difference between being tactical, being strategic, finding the right time to do that, and saying, "Hi, my name is Jen," and shoving a business card in somebody's face. That's different. There's a difference.
Yeah, let me share something as well. So I got a connection on LinkedIn, and this guy, he sounded like he would be in my realm. So I went ahead and accepted the connection, and then he's doing friendly questions, like, how do you feel about this, and what's going on with that, and then what like software do you use for your multi-streaming, and so I'm like StreamYard, and then he got to the fifth question, and I answered it shortly, and then I said, "If you'd like to know more about what's going on in my life, go ahead and subscribe to my LinkedIn newsletter because it's there. It's out there for everyone to see." So if you are trying to connect with somebody and they have a social media presence, go find out about them instead of asking stupid questions that you could have just looked on their Facebook page or their LinkedIn page and found out for yourself. And instead of asking them those things, ask them deeper things that nobody asks them that's not on your front page. You know, um, get into a real conversation instead of just these. Oh, it just irritates me something fierce. Number one, if they misspell my name because it's out there everywhere. And number two, asking me questions that are answered on the first page of my Facebook or my LinkedIn. Just go look.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's at different levels of the funnel, right? So you might be saying, I want brand awareness, or I want to generate leads, or I want conversions, or I want, to satisfy my customers. Whatever it is, it's got to fit in your funnel somewhere.
Yeah, especially when you're taking on a new project.
Yeah.
You always wanna be very clear about, what the bigger goal is. So this is bigger stuff, like, for me, starting the podcast, my bigger goal was I want to be teaching, I want to be on stages, I want to be speaking to groups, and guess what? I am now doing that, and a lot of it is because I practiced by being on other people's shows, by having my own shows. So, like, in a way, I can be like, "Okay, check." There are a lot of times where people are, when you're working with a contractor and you're thinking, "Oh, it's just so easy for them." And it's not, and you can thank people for the good work that they do. I
And
think the
that makes you stand out because so few people do it. If you
Yeah.
send a thank you to your clients or to some prospect or to, can happen in your marketing. If you're just sending out individual thank you, with your very customized individual to each person who did whatever, you stand out because so few people do that. Sales is service. When we look at sales as service, that I am providing a solution to your problem. I'm not trying to take advantage of you. I'm not saying you have a problem that you don't. I want both of us to be in a winning situation and to come out at the end feeling good about our relationship. So when you go into it like that, with I want to win and I want you to win too, I want us both to do business together in a very ethical manner. Um, and when you come at it with that intent, then you're much less likely to feel like, well, I'm just making stuff up and saying how great I am when I'm not really. You have to move into the focus on the customer instead of focusing on yourself. When you focus on the customer and how can I help them get to where they want to be, then you can see that sales is service.
So if you like all of this type of thing, like breaking news, and then we're going to break off into the presentation, I just want to encourage you to download my marketing self assessment. This will help you look at your marketing to make sure you've got everything lined up and it's working well, so that before you go into like adding more marketing tools, like we're going to talk about today, or in the past, we've talked about everything from evergreen webinars to, writing more persuasive copy. Like, you want to make sure that your marketing is set up and aligned. I encourage you to go to womenconquerbiz.com to get the marketing self-assessment. That's at womenconquerbiz.com/self. That's a new link than we've used in the past, but that will take you there and you'll get the marketing self-assessment. I went through that checklist over the weekend and made sure everything was accurate, made a few changes. So it's an updated checklist even as of this weekend. So
Woo.
please,
I'm gonna have to do that right now. Well, okay, I'll wait till after the show.
you can't do it right now. It can't be like before the show when we just forgot we had a show, I think. And then we were like, oh, it's NO2. We better get on.
All right. I'll wait till after. But I'm excited. How about some funny stuff? Jen and I have a lot of fun creating and recording the Women Conquer Business Show. Because it's a live stream, sometimes things will go unexpectedly just a little wrong. That means the behind the scenes moments are captured during the live stream so our audience can share in the serendipitous and silly moments. Let's look at some of the funniest moments from 2022.
Hello and welcome to Women Conquer Business. I'm Jen McFarland, and my brain is not working as well today for some reason.
Okay, that was fun.
I don't know what just happened, but welcome to Women Conquer Business.
That's a huge weight off your shoulders when you realize I don't have to know everything. I just have to show up.
It's so funny. When I first started my business, I thought, well, I should take an acting class. I should take improv. I actually never talked to anybody who went did all that. No wonder you're so comfortable on camera because you have
failed so many times on
you've taken
stage
the acting
that this
classes
is nothing.
Yeah, I mean, a year ago today, a live crow, flew down.
I listened to that episode. When I first discovered you, that was what I listened to. Was that one? And I'm like, okay, this woman's wild and crazy.
So and the amazing thing about this is, so we had a crow fly down our chimney, and we're like, man, we should really get some chimney caps, because you can put. A lot of people here have them. You could put caps on your chimney so that stuff doesn't happen. Have we done it? No. Chimneys still need caps. So what happened last year, I can put a link to the show in the show notes, is so this crow flew down the chimney, and we have glass doors. So the glass doors were shut. All of a sudden we start hearing this crow, and I'm like, that crow is really close. So I look in, and I was like, crow's in the fireplace. And so it's this whole chain of events. We called all over the earth to try to find somebody who would come, and they're kind of like, best of luck, lady. Go for it,
Yeah.
So there's this whole story with a soccer net and all kinds of stuff that we did, to shoo the crow out. It turned out when we went to get the crow out, the crow was just relieved and wanted out anyway. So it had no interest in flying around the house. But that was kind of our fear, was that this crow would be wildly flying around the house.
I love Lucky Charms. And then somebody walks by and sees that, and they're like, I love Lucky Charms. Well, I use headphones because it's a podcaster thing, and I'm a podcaster. See, podcaster.
It is a podcaster thing. I know. It's part of what makes us cool.
That's right. Professional podcaster.
So do you have any breaking news?
I'm a professional podcaster.
Wait, does this mean you're shutting down all your social?
No, because I'm not dying tomorrow.
And if you're listening to the show, please know that every week at Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, that's LA time, we are going live on Facebook, YouTube, and then my LinkedIn. Oh, and I guess on Twitter too, but I don't think we have a lot of people who are watching our Twitter feed. And you can leave us comments and come on with any questions that you have at that time.
That's right.
So what?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right, Jen.
So
I'm like Ed McMahon, right? That's right.
Oh my God, that's so funny. So I haven't thought about Ed McMahon in a jillion years.
I know, right? Next, I'll be coming in with a big giant check.
I will accept checks, giant, small, whatever size check you have, I will take it. I mean, if I had a check, would you take it, Shelley?
Sure, why not? It's got my name on it. or cash.
Cash, dollar bills. I take your money. Right, Shelley?
Absolutely. I don't like to mess around. Let's do it right the first time. Because we have enough mistakes that we make with doing them on purpose.
That's right. So, hey,
Hey,
happy birthday.
happy birthday to us. Yay. Where's my
Yes.
woohoo?
So people
Huh,
can see
I
that.
betcha.
And I'm going to do the new thing, which we're very excited about. We finally got sound effects to work. How exciting is that? So, we're moving on to breaking news. The breaking news that I have, it's very interesting to me. There is a new search engine out there. It's called Yep. So it's like, are you searching for it? Yep. And it's out by RFs, which is a big SEO company. And it's at yep.com. It's in beta right now. I do have a window if I could figure it out. I don't know if I can do a share screen right now. Um,
But you graduated from and you're not even on a trampoline.
I mean, I know.
Let's talk about AppSumo. AppSumo, AppSumo, AppSumo. Oh, guess what? The first time I ever heard about AppSumo was the day I met Jen McFarland. She told me all about it, and I was like, "What? This exists? I must see this." So, yeah.
So, what was your impression when you first went there and you realized there are all of these tools there?
Why did
And
I not know this sooner?
why did I not know this?
That's what I
sooner?
thought. And it's super fun. And I just like, well, haven't I been using this all my life? It's so cool and easy.
Well, I know when we focus on the good things, more good things happen and we feel more joyful. We feel more rested, more grateful. You're gonna bring that turkey graphic out again, aren't you? Is that why you turned the trailer off?
Well, now that you mentioned it, there's our turkey to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. Sounds kind of like baseball.
Woo.
Would
You
you
wanna
like a little inspiration now?
Yes, please.
Inspirational nugget time. Let's see. Do I have a sound? Oh, nope. Nope, not that one. All right. Well, we'll just go with that for now. Next week, we'll have better sounds.
You ready for some breaking news?
Oh, I hope I got this right. I didn't double check my sounds buttons. Yay. Oh, do you need applause again?
I don't need applause. I mean, Shelley gave herself a computer robot voice. Do we know how to undo that? I don't think she does. This is like the funniest thing that's ever happened. She's trying not to laugh. So, so while she's working on that,
Okay.
are you back?
Okay.
Okay.
I think I'm back. Oh, no. That was a fun look back at the Women Conquer Business Show with Jen McFarland and Shelley Carney in 2022. Now we look ahead and ask what's coming in 2023. Look for more great content centered on helping entrepreneurs compete with large established corporations using content marketing and the latest tools. Jen and I learn about new technology and tweaks every week, and we promise to share that information to equip you with successful business strategies. Jen spent a lot of time over the past few months streamlining her own business and making adjustments to her products and team. I focused on creating content consistently, even when life is very unpredictable. I rebooted my YouTube channel and personal brand with weekly live streams, podcast episodes, and blogs. My partner Toby and I started a travel vlogging YouTube channel called New Mexico Day Trips from scratch. Last year, the predictions for content marketing centered on social audio and TikTok. This year, predictions are more focused on using AI and automation along with a continuing need for creating videos that are educational and entertaining. Jen and I will be here every week to share stories, expertise, and all the latest tools and tech in the most entertaining way we know how. Please join us, won't you? Subscribe, follow, comment, and share our content so we can provide the best information possible to fit your needs. Show up live and chat with us, and we'll give you our attention and appreciation. Thank you for spending time with us in 2022, and we hope to see much more of you in 2023. Thank you for joining the Women Conquer Business podcast, hosted by Shelley Carney and Jen McFarland. Please subscribe and leave a comment or question regarding your most challenging content creation or business problem. Then share this podcast with family and friends so they can find the support they need to expand their brand and share their message with the world. Check the show notes for links to valuable resources and come back again next week.